Hey Monica, hey Monica.
Hey Monica, hey Monica.
You're watching a lot of PewDiePie. What is up everybody, Jayden Jesse here, back for another video. Yes, this is a vlog, another vlog. I'm back, because in this past week, on Wednesday to be exact, except for Apple Music, fucking slow Apple, my album came out, Love and Pain. Yeah, for a long time I was kind of skeptical about it actually coming out on the 21st, but it actually happened and I couldn't be happier with the result. I'm really happy with the finished product. It's not perfect, but it's me from start to finish, from pen to paper to giving it to the distributors, which in this case was CD Baby, who have been amazing ever since I released my first single and my first EP in 2015. They have been amazing, so shout out to them. And I wanted to say, the reason that I actually released Love and Pain on the 21st was to pay homage to my first single, my debut single, You're Not Alone, which actually came out on February 21st, 2015, so 3 years ago. My first single ever released, which is crazy, which was produced by Mr. Ryan Botha of the band Cupid Falls. Shout out to Ryan Botha, love that guy, he's amazing. So this album is completely written, produced, mixed, mastered by me from start to finish. So I wanted to do for a special vlog today, and you're probably wondering why I'm sitting down, is because my tripod broke, so I actually can't get it any higher than this position, so I won't exactly be doing the whole standing up rant kind of blah 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 to the camera. I thought for this video, to celebrate the album coming out, why not do a bit of a track list breakdown. I'm going to break down pretty much all of the songs individually. Some may be shorter than others, some may be longer than others. There's certain songs that I have more of an attachment to than others. Some songs that, you know, don't really need too much explaining because, you know, either the title explains it very well or it can be summed up in like 1 or 2 sentences. But anyway, let's get into it. I am going to be using Genius.com because guess what? I am now a verified artist on Genius.com, which is amazing. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave links in the description to the album. You can go and check it out. But here we go. I'm going to do a bit of a deep dive into my songs on Love and Pain. Let's get into it. So the first song that I'm going to get into is my second single, actually, Torture. I kind of decided to go for a bit more of a pop kind of route for this one. Honestly, not intentionally, but it just kind of turned out that way. I was very inspired by James Arthur's album Back from the Edge, as well as his first album, because James Arthur is amazing. He's an amazing songwriter, singer, you know, he's just amazing, you know. So I was very inspired by that, so I kind of wanted to write a song that I could almost imagine someone like James Arthur singing, and that's what I kind of do with a lot of my songs. A lot of my songs, I kind of think about it like, you know, of course I can imagine myself singing it because I am singing it, but I've also got to think about, can I hear somebody else singing it, a popular artist or, you know, a big name artist, you know, like, so Torture was one of those ones where I could imagine someone like James Arthur singing it. To read the description that I made on Genius, and I'll try to elaborate on it a bit more as well. Torture is about being in a toxic relationship, but getting used to it to the point of not seeing it as a problem anymore. So yeah, that's exactly right. Throughout the song, Jayden addresses the woman he's talking about directly with lines such as, "Don't even try to tell me that you don't love to put me through pain." Yeah, exactly right. So basically this song is about being in a toxic relationship and the other person in the relationship actually, you know, kind of getting off on the fact that they're kind of messing with you, that they're messing with your head, and that they know that you love them, but they kind of use that to their advantage. And yes, I have been kind of in this relationship. It wasn't exactly a relationship that came to fruition, and things are a bit stretched to kind of fit the narrative, because the person that I'm kind of talking about in this song is in no way a bad person. She's still my friend to this day, honestly, but, you know, it is just kind of, you know, putting across the feelings that I had while I had feelings for her, and she had feelings for me too, but things didn't really work out how we planned. And, you know, that was really not through any fault of either of us. It was just how it happened, you know, whatever, it happens. But, you know, it's not really just about being in a relationship with somebody, it's also about, you know, in some ways, like a lot of the songs on this album, it's kind of about unrequited love, you know, about the fact that, you know, this person knows how you feel about them, they feel the same way, but they don't want to act on it, kind of thing, and it can be very torturous to be in that situation, so that's kind of what I wrote Torture about. On to the next song, which was actually the first single from this album, Wish. For this song I decided to go for a bit of more of a R&B trap vibe, kind of a Bryson Tiller-ish type thing, kind of a The Weeknd type thing, you know. Just because I like that style so much, and I feel like I can do that style, but do it in my own way, kind of thing. So I've got the booming bass on there, you know, I've got the trappy snaps and snare and, you know, hats. And I wrote this song, what was it? I think it was late 2016. I wrote this song, and for those who know, for those who have been a fan of me for a while, I released this song originally on my first mixtape that I released at the start of 2017. Of course, it's been a bit polished more since then. It's been, you know, cleaned up a bit for a commercial release. So yeah, so let's get into the meaning of it. Well, on Genius, go to genius.com, look up any of my songs, they're all there. Anyway, it says, Wish dives into Jayden's thought process and battle with himself due to the fact that he's still in love with his ex, who has moved on. He knows that he wants them to get back together, but because that means his ex would have to break up with her current boyfriend, throughout the song he wonders if it's right that he feels like this, because either way, somebody is going to get hurt. And yeah, that's exactly right. This is a true story as well. The same girl that I wrote Torture about, she had moved on, she had moved in with her partner at that time. This song was kind of my thought process in, you know, as much as I want this person to be with me, at the same time you kind of got to think about who else is in the relationship, because it's not just you two people in the equation, there's another person in the equation, and for that to happen, the person that you want to be with would have to break up with the person that they're currently with. Either way, it's going to end up with somebody hurt. So yeah, this song is basically, I wish that this person was with me, but at the same time, if that was the case, then her current boyfriend would have to get hurt. You know, I'm a lover, not a fighter. I hate the idea of anybody getting hurt, but in a situation like this, it's kind of difficult because somebody's going to get hurt either way. It's either I cop getting hurt and just kind of leave things how they are, or I try to kind of get her, despite the fact that she's got a boyfriend who will get hurt. So anyway, that's Wish. The next song, track number 3, is Can't Tell You, parentheses, Eternal Flame. Now, I wrote this song in 2015, again about the same person, but you know, whatever. This song is basically about, again, unrequited love. It's basically about, you know, being in love with somebody, but you can't tell them because, you know, you may have left it too late. You know, in this case, I did kind of leave it too late in some ways, because this person was about to move across the state. I probably wouldn't see her again, even if I did see her again, it'd probably be years down the track. You know, at this stage, you know, that's what was about to happen. So I kind of wrote it in the perspective of, you know, that was happening at the time of writing the song, which she hadn't moved then. She didn't end up moving, she was going to, but she decided against it. So I kind of channeled how I would feel in kind of on the day that she would be leaving, or on the night that she would be leaving. I kind of channeled that for this song, you know, to kind of put all my feelings into it, put how I feel into this song, so then maybe if she did hear this song one day, then she would know, rather than me actually having to tell her, which is kind of the coward's way, it's kind of a bitch way to do it, honestly, but you know, at that time I hadn't told her yet, so I didn't want to kind of confuse her, because I didn't want to be like, if she does feel the same way, because at this point I didn't know. if she does feel the same way, then, you know, it might confuse her, it might make her not want to go across the country, you know, and it might kind of change her mind, and in doing that, I might be holding her back from what she really wants to do, so I didn't want to do that as well. See, a lot of these songs, you'll notice that it's kind of, these scenarios are kind of overthinking a lot, because that's just me. I overthink a lot, I have anxiety, so it ends up turning out like that. A lot of my songs end up turning out like that just because, you know, my mind always goes to the worst case scenario, and, you know, I'm trying to work on that now. I'm on medication for my anxiety, which helps a lot. Let's read the description on Genius. Can't Tell Your Eternal Flame is about Jayden being unable to confess his love for somebody out of fear of complicating the situation because this particular someone is moving away. With the lyrics, I had my chance and I blew it. Jayden is talking about the fact that he was in love with this woman for 5 years, but if he says something now, it will be too late because she's already moving. Yes, that's right. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, let's move on to the next song. This next song, Movies, is just kind of a fun R&B-ish hip-hop song, kind of in the West Coast kind of style. I really enjoy that West Coast style stuff, like that Ty Dolla $ign stuff, like stuff that's produced by people like DJ Mustard and Nick Nack. I really like their production style, and of course DJ Mustard's produced other stuff that's different, like the Needed Me track that he produced for Rihanna. That was very different to what he was kind of known for, which was really cool. This is a very short description in this song because there's not really much to it, honestly, in the ways of explanation. So let's just have a look at that. Movies is about a girl that Jayden is involved with wanting to spice things up by making a sex tape. You get it. Movies, sex tape, that's basically what it's about. You know, I like making songs that have a lot of deep meaning to them. I love making love songs. I love making, you know, thought-provoking hip-hop songs sometimes, but, you know, I also like making just fun songs, and there's a few of those on this album which I will get to, but, you know, I like making fun type songs. And funny enough, Movies, which you guys might not notice, is the backing music of this video.
The prophecy is true.
And all of my other videos is the backing music for it as well, the instrumental I have playing in the background, as well as at the end of the video. So basically, you guys got to hear an exclusive track before it even came out. Wow. Anyway, let's get into the next song. Now the next song is Please Don't Leave. This song, I really wanted to channel that, you know, mid-2000s R&B hip-hop type vibe, but with the rap verse that I did, I kind of put a bit of an Eminem style swing on it. Not to kind of bite his style, or if you do think I bit his style, well, I'm sorry, but it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was just, I like the flow, like on a song like Love the Way You Lie kind of thing, a song like that, you know, his style of rapping on that kind of song, that really speaks to me, and I really love that kind of thing. So, you know, doing that for Please Don't Leave just kind of made sense to me, especially like with the theme of the song, with the idea, you know. I'm pretty sure this is another song that a lot of these songs, when I was going to uni, because for a little while I went to WAPA here in Australia, here in Perth, which is the same, you know, performing arts university where, you know, Hugh Jackman studied and people like that. So, you know, when I was going there, I was riding the bus and train, and I would be writing lyrics in my phone just kind of because I have social anxiety. So to kind of get rid of that social anxiety, I'd have my earphones in and I would be writing lyrics to my songs while I was on the bus and train to kind of remove myself from the situation, so I didn't have to kind of interact with people, which was bad, I know, but it came out with some great songs for this. So let's read the actual description on Genius for this one. Please don't leave, goes through the emotions Jayden is feeling as he pleads with his significant other not to leave him out of suspicion of him cheating. Yeah, pretty much. Jayden knows this isn't true, so he is fighting throughout the song to make her realise so she'll stay. Exactly. So, you know, there's a line in this song where it's I'm trying to make you happy, but baby, clearly there's some things I'm lacking. You attack me like who the hell is Cassie? I don't know. She don't mean nothing to me. You know, it's basically, yeah, about this girl thinking that I cheated on her when I didn't, and I explained a bit more later in the second verse, where it's, baby, open up the door, it's me. I know it said some things that cut you pretty deep, like how I wasn't even out of town last week, but I wasn't messing around, if that's what you think. Obviously, I've been making this money. So basically, this is about me kind of taking time away from the relationship so I can work on my music, so I can work on my career, to further my career. It's kind of hard to find a partner who understands that. You know, there's people who will be like, you know, you should get a real job and things like that. Music isn't a real job. And you're right, music kind of isn't a real job because real jobs aren't fun, which I have a lot of fun making music. So, but the thing is, at the same time, it's a career. It's not just a job, it's a career. The same way that being a doctor is a career, you know, being a teacher is a career. You need a certain set of skills to be those things. Same thing with music. You need a certain set of skills to make music. Now, granted, that's not for everybody, like, you know, fucking Lil Pump. To be Lil Pump, you don't need a particular set of skills. You just need to be able to do drugs, slur your words, and have a cool beat behind you. Pretty much it. So anyway, that is Please Don't Leave. Let's get into the next track. Now this next track is another one of those fun type, almost West Coast kind of clubby kind of songs, which has kind of a short description, because there's not really much to really say about it, you know. It's just a fun song. It's supposed to give you a little bit of a laugh in some parts, because it's not supposed to be a completely serious song, you know. This song's not supposed to be, you know, serious, like, yeah, I'm this good at sex, you know, bitches love me kind of thing. Like, no, it's not like that. It's like, you know, it's just fun. It's, you know, it's a fun song. If I made a whole album that was just completely serious and not in any way fun, nobody would buy it. Nobody would listen to it. You know, other than avid R&B listeners, you know. So yeah, let's get into the description of Good Good. Good Good is about a woman who originally had friend-zoned Jayden, wanting to change that by having sex with him because of the good things she's heard from her friends about him. Yes, that's exactly what it's about. It's yeah. This next song, In My Mind, track 7. I love this song so much. This song I wrote in 2014, I think? No, 2015 I wrote this song. This song, I'm gonna sound like a bit of a hoe here, but this song was kind of about more than one female. I kind of had feelings for these two different women. One of them was the same one as, you know, that Torture was about, that Can't Tell You Eternal Flame was about, that Wish was about, you know, but there was another girl who I kind of had feelings for. That didn't come to fruition either. I got a good song out of it. That girl's still a really good friend to me, so that's not really a big deal. So yeah, let's read the description of this song. In My Mind is about Jayden's unrequited love for a friend he has fallen for. He realizes that he can't be with this woman and tells us this with the lyrics, but then I realized the only way I can be with you is in my mind. Exactly. So basically, it's like, I can imagine being with this person, but that's all it's ever gonna be, is my imagination, because it can never actually come to fruition for, you know, for multiple reasons. But, you know, I got a good song out of it. I got multiple good songs out of it. So, whatever. This next song is Loving You Tonight. Now, this is another kind of fun song, clubby type song. I would love to hear this in the clubs. If you guys go to the club and you can request tracks, please request this track. Because I can imagine it in the club, the bass fucking booms for it. The sound of it is just so clubby, and you know the idea of the song as well is kind of me being in a club kind of things. It's me being in a club, you know, the kind of cliche thing. You know, I meet a girl in the club. She came without her man because, you know, he's being a dick or something. So, you know, she ends up wanting to leave with me in the end. Or I end up kind of persuading her to leave with me in the end because I could treat her better than her man can. Yeah, that's the kind of recurring theme. I know that now. Yeah. Anyway, let's look at the description on Genius. Loving You Tonight is about a girl who purposely came to the club without her boyfriend because she's looking for someone else. Jayden plans to be that someone else. Exactly. So, you know, like, her boyfriend might be being a dick. Otherwise, she probably would have brought him to the club. So she's looking for somebody else. She doesn't want to be with that guy anymore. He's being a dick. So, but she doesn't want to kind of leave him without having better options. So I kind of plan to be that better option. I don't know if I am. I don't know if I would be, but fuck it. Anyway, let's get back into it. So the next track was kind of a last minute addition to the album, honestly. Originally the album was only going to be 12 tracks, but then one track wasn't going to be finished. I thought it wasn't going to be finished. So I was going to remove that track and then I was going to add this new one that I made, but then I ended up putting both of them on there and it ended up being a 13 track album. So basically this song's only a short song, it's an interlude. You know, it's only like 1 minute and 20 seconds, purely because, well, I felt like it didn't need any more context. I felt like it didn't need anything more. It was perfect the way it was, and I didn't want to kind of extend it out and make it drawn out to be kind of this song that people kind of get sick of easily. I don't like having skippable tracks. There probably are skippable tracks to some people on this album, but for me personally, when I'm listening to an album, I don't like having skippable tracks, and for me, none of these tracks are skippable, but that's, you know, that could be different from me because I actually made this album. You know, somebody who is just listening to the album, they might feel differently. Let's read the description on Genius for this song. Lie's Interlude is a short interlude about Jayden's encounter with a particular female whom he knows nothing about. Not knowing if this woman has a boyfriend, he decides that it's probably best if he doesn't know because he'd rather not ruin the moment. Exactly. So, you know, it's basically about, you know, having what is probably going to be a one-night stand, which is, I'm not condoning one-night stand, you know, I'm not condoning anything, I'm not condoning it, but, you know, it's about me kind of being in a one-night stand, not knowing much about this female. We might be drunk, you know, whatever, you know, not knowing much about her. So if she does have a boyfriend, that's kind of on her kind of thing, you know. If she has a boyfriend and she decides to get down with me for the night, you know, that's kind of her fault, you know. It's not mine, especially if I don't know. So, you know, I in this situation, I'm like, I prefer just not to know, because if I did, then I would probably stop and I'd probably fucking tell your ass to get an Uber. So that's pretty much what this is about. The next track that I'm going to be talking about is I Can't Deal With It. Now, a good story for this song, the story behind this song, of making this song specifically, back in 2016, I originally made this song. I actually posted a clip of it on my Instagram. Yeah, where I was kind of dancing, drinking a fucking Corona to this song because I was so happy with it. That was just a demo, but I was so happy with it. What ended up happening was my MacBook actually broke down. The battery in it broke. So I had to take that to Apple. I had to get them to fix it. But in doing that, they had to wipe my hard drive, and so I lost most of the project for that song. I hadn't backed up the project since I recorded the vocals for that song. I hadn't backed up my computer since then. So that's a lesson to all of you. Always back up your shit, okay? Because your computer could pack up at any time, okay? As mine did. So they had to wipe my hard drive. The only copy of that song that I had was on my phone, but those who use iTunes for their iPhones will know that when you plug your either new iPhone into your computer or you plug your iPhone into a new computer, it basically doesn't know what computer that is, so you have to choose for it to be able to manually add music to your phone. And the issue with that is that it wipes your entire music library. So what ended up happening was my entire music library got wiped off my phone, which had the only copy of this demo which I had. So it wasn't up until about, about 3 months ago that I finally actually re-recorded this song. I actually found the confidence to, because, for musicians who know, when you record a song and something goes wrong, this happens a lot with Pro Tools. I don't use Pro Tools, I use Logic Pro X though, but it happens a lot with Pro Tools. Sometimes Pro Tools crashes and, you've lost a lot of your stuff. It's never really as good as the original, but for this, because I worked at it so hard, I managed to get it better than the original demo, so I'm very happy about that. Anyway, let's read the description on Genius for this. I can't deal with it. It's Jayden's letter to a particular woman in his life who had feelings for him, but decided that it was better that they remain friends. Jayden decides that he has to remove himself from the situation because he can't deal with it anymore. That's exactly right. There's nothing I can really add to that. Of course, I did write this on Genius, so of course I can't add anything to it, and this video is getting pretty long, so let's keep powering through the last few tracks. The next song, I Want You, I wrote kind of later on as well. This song, I actually made this song and recorded this song at the same time, so I Can't Deal With It, so maybe about 2-3 months ago. So yeah, this was kind of a different track for me. I was sitting on this song for a while, for about 6 to 8 months. I originally recorded it in my lower register. I was more like, I've been talking to myself at night. Excessive drinking got me thinking about you and I. But then I decided, you know what, no, I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to go into my high register, just for something different, And I hadn't really done anything in my high register, really, for a long time. So that was interesting. For me, because I really wanted to do a song in my high register, especially because I was very inspired by, artists like Division, who is signed to Drake's OVO label. Anyway, let's read the description on Genius. I Want You explains Jayden's feelings as he thinks about the only woman he wants, the love of his life. Exactly. That is exactly right. I can't add anything else to that. That is exactly right. And plus this video is getting too long, so I better keep powering through. Still got 2 more songs to get to, yeah. So this shot might look a little bit different. That's because basically I was rambling for too long. The video ended up about 40 minutes and filled up the rest of my phone memory. So basically I had to spend that time transferring a 4.8 gigabyte file to my computer, and then coming back to finish recording this. It stopped at about track 11, so that means that the next track is track 12, Let My Guard Down. So this song, Let My Guard Down, is basically about being fooled by somebody because you let your guard down. You let them know things that you probably wouldn't let anybody else know, when you really have strong feelings for somebody. And I kind of developed quite strong feelings for this girl that I met on Tinder. which we'd been talking for about 3 months. And then, you know, things started kind of getting a bit serious. And then when it came to, I think, a few days before we were about to meet up for the first time, because we hadn't met yet, we'd organised this the day before, and then the next day she's like, well, I have a boyfriend now, kind of out of the blue. Hadn't heard of this dude before, so I had no idea what was going on. But anyway, I got a good song out of it. But anyway, let's read the description on Genius for this. Let My Guard Down tells the story of a woman who played Jayden, telling him that she loves him and then moving on to someone else soon after because she likes the attention. Exactly. I probably shouldn't have put that kind of bit in there, that she likes attention, because people are like,
you copied Attention by Charlie Puth.
no, I wrote this song in 2014, okay? When I originally wrote this song, it was in 2014. I started making it in 2014. So, you know, that argument's irrelevant. Let's get into the last song on the album. And for those who know, who've been a fan of me for a while, this was on the first mixtape, the very first track on the first mixtape, Judgmental. So this song is basically just to my haters, basically, people who are judging me for what music I make, for what decisions I make, for what anything, but like even down to like what I post on Twitter. You know, you might have seen the other day I went on kind of a political rampage. Yeah, politicians thinking that the fucking school shooting that happened in Florida is because of video games. We have those same video games here in Australia. Guess what we don't have? Guns. That's why we don't have school shootings. That's why we haven't had a mass shooting in 20 years. Ya bitch. Anyway, so let's just read the description that's on Genius. Judgmental is an anthem for those judgmental people in your life. No matter what you do, it's wrong. In this song, Jayden Jesse asks his haters what they gain from judging him and what he does because he's gonna do it anyway. Exactly. I'm gonna do it anyway. Doesn't matter what you say. There's a difference between criticism just to be an asshole and criticism as in like constructive criticism. And you know, there's a lot of my musician friends who are all people who give me very constructive criticism. You know, I owe a lot to, because you know, this album, like, it wouldn't be as good as it is without a lot of my friends like Damien Casella, who's been, you know, really helpful in, you know, letting me know what's good. Anyway, that is it for this video. Yes, we made it. I know it was a long video. I am sorry, but I felt like I should really explain this album, so you know, you guys know my thought process behind it. It might make you want to listen to it more. It might make you want to buy it. You know, whether you buy it, whether you stream it, I don't mind. That's fine. You know, I would honestly prefer if you bought it, but you know, the way that the climate is these days with music, you know, people don't buy music anymore, people stream it. I don't buy music anymore, I stream it. I guarantee that there is something there for everybody. And don't forget that I have merch. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jayden Jesse to go and get your official Jayden Jesse merch. Love and Pain merch coming soon. You're Not Alone merch coming soon. Get ready for all of that shit. Get ready, because it's about to go down.
It's about to go down.
Patreon. Go patreon.com/Jayden Jesse. You can pledge as little as $1 to go towards me making more music, to go towards me making more videos. You know, keeping up with this 3 video a week schedule has proven to be kind of hard for me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care.
She wanna make movies. Was it